So today, a little bit more into a valuable video, I would say, like actually some stuff that I go through in my business or stuff that I learned in my business that kind of applies, like in comparison to other videos, which is more like thoughts and stuff. This is actually something you can, I would say, replicate, take this with you, and yeah, just copy paste it. What you do. It's very simple, but I feel because of it, a lot of people almost don't do it. And to be completely honest, myself, I always talk a lot about like I track numbers, I track really well, and then sometimes like, okay, how good do you actually do that? So today I want to dive a little bit deeper into that because in one of the previous videos, I also talked about like no, don't assume anything, and one of those things I talked about was boosting posts on platforms is stupid. That's some assumption I had, and me and my partner tried to kind of okay, let's try this and see actually what it generates after trying it for a week, let's say. And then we sat down and realized, okay, if we're gonna test this out, we need to be able to track this and see after that week of doing it what actually happened. So that's kind of why I made this sheet right here, as you see, and I put everything in manually. It was not that much work. Like creating this maybe in total took 1 hour, like spread over a few days when I put the inputs in. So yeah, so as you can see on the side, I wrote literally down what kind of video it is, because now I'll kind of go over how I did it. Just to kind of give you an overview of our Instagram. I don't think you can see my camera, but that's okay. Like this is the Instagram. So as you can see, I just literally wrote what type of shirt my partner was wearing because we ran ads for his account. So it's like flower shirt, or whatever, green background that you get. So it's like kind of apparent which one you click. When you click on it, I took the title, like the first kind of line, so I could kind of copy paste that here. So then I right away knew, okay, which video we're talking about here, because also why it is important to kind of take this title. If you go to Ads Manager afterwards, you would see here Instagram post, like this is automatically generated. So then you can right away, okay, I love like have the title in the title, obviously, but you have the title in this like title of the post, and then you can kind of double check, okay, it had so much reach. So that's why it's important to keep the title somewhere as well, so you know which one we're talking about. Secondly is audience. I created the audiences before. I don't want to go into the audience building and everything now, but just I wrote down which audience I targeted, because when you boost posts, it's one of the few things that you kind of select. You select if they send a message or not, or if they visit profile or not, and which audience. So that's kind of the thing we wanted to test. As you can see, there's a lot of different audiences tested here. And one thing I want to advise is test one thing at the same time. So, for example, here I kept profile visits the same, and I tested different audience. Here I kept message, so people message, but different audiences. And then one time I test all the same audience, but then different like conversion based things. So here, where entrepreneurship is all the same, but then one is visits, one is messages, and one is visits again. I'm just gonna look to test one thing at the same time, not like test 5 different audiences and test all different things, like one thing at the same time, so that you can compare it to each other and see which one is doing better or not. This is obviously the most important part, where you actually look at the numbers. I would say here you can kind of, I would say, be a little bit more free yourself. I did 1 day reach and results. So if you go to ads, like you can literally select a day. So after, if you would launch the boost post at 20, you come back the next day, then you can literally do today or yesterday. But I could, for example, go back to July. Didn't have any boosted posts then, which just to show what you can do. And then you input the reach. I just want to go back to show you. Like then you would take the reach and copy paste it here, and then results. Because we're testing different results, not in this one, but like we might. So profile visits would be results, since that is profile visits. If not, it's messages. So link clicks, order messages. So then copy paste that into here. That way we have a very clear overview of what's happening. Because there's a nice example, the first three posts that we boosted, it's very clear which one is the winner, I would say. So the reach compared, because for your, I would say for your understanding, put, we put €2 a day on each of them. So the difference between these two is quite insane. Like it's so much better. And the thing that's different here was different interests and also different target group. I'm actually wrong, different location. So worldwide, it makes a little sense that it's more reach because, for example, you also target like Asian countries. Um, so it makes a little more sense. So you could argue this is more like quality, like assuming, and this is more like just reach. It's hard to kind of agree, but at least you're seeing what's happening because you see in every like three post category, there's a clear winner. Here's this one. Here's this one 6K. Here's 3K. Here's 15K. Um, yeah, and then these ones are like 10K is also very clear. And here I would say that all the interests were the same. But then 15K, you're like, hey, what's happening here? So then you kind of can maybe look at the type of video that's being boosted because it could be quite a different video compared to the other ones. So then we're like, hey, this type of video is working well because we're boosting all the boosts at the same budget, you know. So it's not that this is doing better because we put more budget; it's because the video is probably nice and working well. And then what I want to do next level is after a week kind of come back because one day results are nice, but normally the same line continues, but still like you can see here, like obviously the one at 50K after one day is at 70K, which is definitely the best one after a week. But you still see like I feel this one came quite close compared to here. Like I don't know what the percentage of 2000 compared to 50, but I feel this is half and this is totally not half. So it's good to kind of have two testing periods, but that's just my opinion. Like you can go test every day and put it down. But yeah, this is kind of how you use the sheets. I can put a template in the link description so you can just copy paste these things so you know. But it takes that 2 seconds. So yeah, I hope this is interesting. Maybe a little like new, and I'm not sure what to do, but I feel a lot of people are not doing this, so that's something I wanted to share, and I hope you find some value in that. See you later.